It's approaching the supreme moment. Reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead.
What's good? I'm taking a quick break from working, and as you've seen in the previous video off the Resurrected Warriors versus Battle Road, I finally picked up the last dupe on this guy and ended up maxing it out. Hands down my favorite unit in the game. Not because of how strong he is, but just because, you know, the card design itself is pretty much amazing, and Cell is one of my favorite characters in Dragon Ball. So, of course, you know, when the dupe system came out, I had to max this guy out. Did go with a focus on criticals just because I wanted this guy to hit pretty decent. He does have like a decent passive. It's not, you know, crazy nice or anything, but I'll cover the stats here in a little bit. But you're going to see two variations within this video. One's going to be off the Resurrected Warriors, and the other half will be extreme intelligence within, you know, Super Battle Road to, you know, see how this guy does, because he does provide some benefits in terms of defensive ability. So let's cover the overall stats a little bit. So this is the Ceaseless Terror, Perfect Cell. Leader skill, all types attack increase to 30%. Pretty much irrelevant there. Super attack is the Solar Kamehameha. That'll cause supreme damage to enemy. Passive skill, attack and defense increase of 40% at the start of turn. So that 40% toward defense actually does help out quite a bit, especially when it's stacking with other units, passive skills and whatnot. And you'll see that throughout the video. In terms of links, he's got Revival, that's going to be +2 key, Messenger from the Future, 500 increase to attack, Big Bad Bosses, attack and defense increase to 25% when HP is 80% or below. Kamehameha will increase attack by 2500 when SA is launched. Attack of the Clones, +1 key, Ultimate Life Form, +2 key, and then Fierce Battle increases attack by 15%. So again, he does fall into two categories: Resurrected Warriors and Full Power. For this video's purposes, you're going to see him pretty much on the Resurrected Warriors setup in the first half of the video. Alright, so maxed out, as you saw earlier, HP was 14,123, attack is 12,732, and defense is 10,432. 12 key multiplier being 140%. So, I mean, overall, this guy is decent. Nowhere near the top tier level units, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't max him out for any other reason besides the fact that he's my favorite card in the game. That's flat out the only reason why. But it's a nice bonus that he does actually do pretty decent on you know, specific setups. So he does tend to do the best on, obviously, the Resurrected Warriors team setup, and you see him linked up with Kid Buu throughout the video. So he's getting, whenever the HP is over 80%, Kid Buu is providing 50% increase toward attack and defense. Now, if HP is below 80%, Big Bad Bosses is still going to kick in to where 25% increase to attack and defense still applies. So overall, it's not a bad setup. But with the extreme intelligence team setup, you'll see different, you know, linking partners and whatnot. I'm just happy to get this guy to 100% potential finally. I mean, I was waiting for that last dupe forever, and I was actually thinking initially that he might be available as part of the list of 77 SSRs available for the Tanabata Wish strip. Unfortunately, it wasn't, but it didn't matter because I ended up pulling this guy anyway. So finally got the last dupe, and no regrets in terms of, you know, using up orbs on this guy. I mean, it's nice to see that rainbow star next to his card every time I look at the deck. And like I said, this guy's not bad. I mean, defending, he does pretty well, and attacks decent enough to where it provides benefits. Like, he actually does really well in Super Battle Road, so you'll see that in the second portion of the video. But he can certainly do decent on that setup. So with the proper setups, you know, he definitely did hit a lot less than his potential did there, but 500,000 is still not bad. Again, nowhere close to the top level type units, but for me, it's satisfactory. You know, so whether you want to max this guy out, I'm not going to say one way or the other. I just did it because I wanted to, and everybody has units that, you know, they're not supposed to necessarily be maxed out to rainbow status, but people do it anyway because they want to, and that's what's going on here. So got the 50% from Boo's passive and then 30% from Bardock, so pretty decent boost here, and along with Fierce Battle Links. Does have type advantage, so he should do pretty well here. And just missed Dokkan mode, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, looking to be about 1 million, so I mean, granted, this guy is getting a lot of help from the linking partners, but the fact that he has an output potential of 1 million is actually pretty impressive. Alright, so we do have Dokkan mode coming up now, and type advantage against the Gogeta unit, so let's see how he does. I haven't tested this guy on the full power category team yet. Somewhat lacking units, even though I do have the category lead Goku. Haven't really had a chance to really mess around with that category too much yet. A lot's been happening, you know, the last week or so. So he did happen to hit for about 1.3 million without the critical. So, and we'll see how he defends here. I mean, 17,000 in damage taken from a super. That is actually very good. The one thing I will say is links are definitely can be a little bit of an issue with this guy, just like any other cell unit, but I mean, he does have big bad bosses and fierce battles, so those are predominantly the more important ones anyway. For the most part, he doesn't really struggle in terms of being able to super every time he's up. You know, with the links, I mean, he, especially on this category setup with the Resurrected Warriors, I mean, a lot of them do share the revival link skill, so that does add +2 key. So overall, it's not too bad. Yeah, for the most part, not really gonna struggle with getting a super for the most part. Now there will be times where it might be a little bit difficult, but as long as you plan ahead, it'll be fine. So this is on Super Battle Road, so we're switching things up a little bit. And the reason why I wanted to do this is because you'll be able to see and compare how much in damage other units take versus the Perfect Cell unit. So you'll be able to visually see the 40% toward defense actually does help quite a bit. I mean, in terms of output, the Kid Buu right there doesn't have any dupe pass unlocked, and he's hitting pretty much harder than a 100% Perfect Cell. But honestly, I mean, it's Perfect Cell is definitely a balanced unit, and he's not the best, and it's debatable even if he's, you know, worth rainbowing out or not. Like I said, this was more or less personal satisfaction for me to max out this guy. So, you know, I'm not going to sell you one way or the other. Just kind of, you know, make your own decision as to whether he seems worth it or not. To me, he's worth it because I wanted this guy at 100% within my deck, you know, as part of the collection. So I have no regrets with it. And I've actually had an opportunity to use him a lot more since I, you know, maxed him out. I mean, granted, he's not like the first pick within any team setup, really. But if I have, you know, the chance to actually use him, I'll make sure to include him. I think this Friends version is a 100% version of the Angel Golden Frieza, so I mean, nowhere near the level of of that guy, obviously, since, you know, it's such an old unit, but at the same time, he does his job. So we'll attack with the Perfect Cell unit, and I'll show the LR Metacooler Army too with the bottom right dupe path unlocked, and just show you the potential on those guys too. So 20,000 in damage taken really isn't too bad on Battle Road. I've seen a lot higher figures than that. And the Metacooler Army will actually, they've been doing additional attacks for supers a lot more frequently than before. So right now it's only got like level maybe 6 for additional attack, and then level 9 for critical. So, you know, obviously we want that top left unlocked, and then that'll start looking more like the full potential, you know, Metacooler Army unit. But you know, a little bit away from that. Got to pick up some more battlefield points, and then they have to, you know, actually have another one available. So once it does, hopefully I'll get it. But like I said, this is pretty much the showcase for the Perfect Cell unit. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.